All right. Good morning. Here's a question for you all. It feels like in recent years, with the rise of I don't know, the atheist movement, people like Candace Owens, people like flat earthers, moon landing skeptics, Holocaust deniers, Jeffrey Epstein. Sorry, should leave that one out. It's a little bit too pertinent, but it seems like skepticism. Point being, that it seems like skepticism is very much in vogue these days. So here's a question for you. To what extremity does it have to be taken in order to be just an antithetical type of confidence? Because it does feel like there would be a point, past a certain extremity, I it's no less certain, it's no less arrogant, and it's no more wise than like a person who's absolutely confident in all of their conclusions. It's kind of the same. It's like same coin, just the opposite side of it, right? Now, you could argue that skepticism asserts less, and the burden of proof is quite often on the. I think it is kind of the idea is that if you're asserting a conclusion, then you have to prove that conclusion in order to get people to want to adopt it or to change in order, like, because of your conclusion, right? The burden of proof is tied with that assertiveness. Although technically you can angle for a conclusion without asserting anything, you can ask questions and the angling for a conclusion. That's why leading the witness is a thing, I assume. But again, to what extremity does skepticism have to be taken before it just becomes a type of antithetical confidence? Anyways, food for thought. Moving on, we have a video by Sydney Watson that I want to react to. Rachel Zegler's downfall, I believe. Eh, come on. Eh. Little woman as big as a house, yes, sir. The bigger the figure, the better, the better, the better. That's not actually pertinent in this video. It's just a song. I believe it's from Igor. Yeah. Why Rachel Segler's downfall is so satisfying. This is Sydney Watson's kind of an interesting lady. Kind of a emo ADHD girl. That's kind of how she comes off. And I'm not for sure. In her bio, it says she's a doctor, but I'm not for sure if that's true or not. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a weird thing to just put in there for. All right, here we go.
If we're being real, this was to be expected.
Okay, I will rewind that.
I'm a narcissist. If we're being real, this was
Hmm. To be fair, just saying, Satan wasn't an atheist; he was a narcissist. Okay,
to be expected.
kind of. It feels like narcissism is one of the most twisted mindsets you can get. So there's a weird thing about the notion of God. You could argue in kind of like a twofold type of problem. In an objective sense, God is the most powerful being in the universe, right? The most powerful entity in the universe, right? I think most people have that type of thing in their mind. They might not call it God, but they have that idea in their mind. But on a personal level, God is perhaps just the highest authority to which your soul answers, which again most people have. But if your highest authority is yourself, it can really twist the way you see the world around you, and you can fill up the night with your own demons. Um, in that case, it maybe has to do. I don't know if it would have to do with an overestimation of your own abilities, or I don't know. It's just a really twisted mindset.
Hi, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell.
Hmm.
And as per
I
usual,
told you.
before we launch in, today's video is sponsored by.
I sorry. It's kind of abstract, but yeah, just think she comes off as a kind of an ADHD emo chick. I like this though. I should get one.
Also, as you all know, I am going on tour in October, doing a fun show and almost real life video, if you will, for you all. Link in the description if you want to buy tickets. But as part of that, we have been working on some tour specific merch, so it will be exclusive at the shows. And I think the initial concepts are kind of funny, and I think you'll
Mm,
like them, so I wanted to show you.
I'm putting on my smart person glasses now. My computer glasses. Yo, feel my IQ raising as
Okay, I know I already have Hell Gondola merch on my website for those of you who think we're in a boat, but for those of you who think we're in the like Hell Air Gondola, this is what I've come up with for.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't even. I kind of forgot these things were called gondolas, like the ski resort things. Those are technically gondolas as well. I was thinking, yeah, like an actual like an Italian thing in Venice, like that type of gondola,
You. Then there is this one that we thought would be really cool
like that.
on a jacket, and here is me as your Hell Gondolier. Hell Gondolier.
Here's a question: what does emo mean? I should look that up sometime. I think it's like goth, which she kind of looks like a goth, and hell stuff. So that too.
Gondola boat steerer person. Anyway, if you come to a show, there will 100% be tour exclusive merch. So these are just some of the concepts. I thought you'd find them funny. But as I said, link in the description. If you want to come, there will be tickets. Come see me, come hang out. Let's do the video. So,
Never mind.
over the years, obviously, Hollywood has had a bunch of actors and actresses who have been very strongly disliked, whether they deserved it or not, for a long time.
This is something like I think that I think in an ideal world, actors and actresses are kind of non-entities. You think of them in terms of the roles that they've played, not who they are, not their opinions on any given thing. I mean, who cares about artists' opinions on things? I think I remember one artist who, really screwed things up, in fact, so we don't trust them anymore. But like it seems like if they're really, again, in an ideal world, you think about so and so, you should think, oh yeah, he played in that one movie. He was really good in that one movie. Not, oh yeah, he said that America sucked and that we should give the land back to the BIPOC individuals or whatever. I'm gonna purposely misuse it. I was thinking it'd be funny to just purposely misuse that word. I think like, I think I kind of know what it means, like black, indigenous, something, something. I might purposely misuse that just as a meme.
It was Brie Larson that
That was super BIPOC.
people really, really hated. I did my stunts because I thought that that's what everyone did, and then
Tom Cruise over here?
no, I want to be the first me, not the next Tom Cruise. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Then it was Ezra Miller.
I'm transgender, non-binary, and I don't want to be searched by a man.
Then it
Hmm. There's a genocide.
was every woman in the female-only Ghostbusters, and I currently strongly dislike
Oh,
Pedro
oh, that is unsettling.
Pascal.
Stop trying to make Pedro happen. It's not going to happen.
But
If you want to take your communication to the next level, whether you're running a business or just starting out, Grammarly has you covered. Grammarly isn't just a spelling or
for a very
Winners don't do drugs, and that's what AI is. Okay.
long time, it seems that nobody has quite
Now,
captured
I can understand how it'd be helpful, especially in certain situations, but I don't like the notion of it. I think in some cases, like the flaws are what make things unique to some extent. So, like the whole notion of taking all of that out, just making kind of a making literature kind of this homogenous, perfect stuff.
the public's
And
disdain, like our girl Rachel Zegler. Weird, weird. Zegler's career started out bright and hopeful, as you would probably expect.
she is a good singer. I will give her that. She can.
And although she was only a teenager when she landed her first role, she was believed to be on a path to superstardom. But in the eyes of a lot of
If she could just keep her mouth shut, yeah, maybe she would have been.
viewers, her success has been relatively short lived, maybe even destroyed, and strangely, this was done by none other than Rachel Zegler herself. There is something very interesting to me about people who basically nuke their own success trajectory. At this point, she sort of feels like the poster child for it. What's really interesting is that Zegler's fall from grace has been a
Mm.
very
She might be a case study in why reparations wouldn't be the greatest of ideas. Like you can give people a lot of opportunities, and sometimes they'll still screw it up. But like I think mm, it just seems like you have to have people who want to do it. And the thing is, the problem with that is like if people want to do it, they will probably do it on their own. They will make their situation like materially better. And you can help them by giving them a leg up, which is a good thing. I'm not going to say it isn't. And I think it's good to help people in need, certainly. But like again, like if there's just this en masse, let's make the poor people rich. Well, some of those poor people are poor because they maybe lack the self-restraint or the wherewithal to be anything but.
satisfying watch for plenty of people. And it isn't because she isn't talented, although I personally don't love her singing or acting, but that's just me. Some people really do, and that's great for them. It's
Here's completely unrelated to this. You know, it just occurred to me the other day, like what the word MAGA meant. It's like, the movement's been around forever. Well, I say forever, like since Donald Trump's presidential runs. I don't know when, but it never occurred to me to like think what that meant. It just was hearing the word and like, oh yeah, it's a Trump movement. No, make America great again. Okay, I figured it out. I cracked the code.
because she cannot seem to
Big brain.
stop herself from directly degrading her fans, alienating people with polarizing political statements, and insulting the original works of the adaptations that she's been in. Across the board, I might add. Rachel Zegler's career
Maybe she's tried singing the criticism. That would help.
launched when, at 17, she landed the role of Maria in Steven Spielberg's 2021 adaptation of West Side Story. I am potentially ashamed to admit that I know absolutely
I'll keep
every
that one on
song
you.
in this musical. Sometimes I just walk around my house clicking. Isla, get out of the way of my clicking!
Want restaurant quality meals that actually support your wellness goals? Factors
Try
Hospitality.
factor.
First, we offer overnight boarding. Your
Mother
guest
of
will stay
pearl.
overnight in your sitter's home and not only be treated like part of the family.
There we go.
This performance was reasonably.
You ever like? Here's a question:
Get out of the way of my clicking!
have you ever looked at like older hairstyles and thought just like what the Harry were they thinking of? I guess I don't know. But okay, so there's the perms at one point. That was a really unfortunate thing. Like I guess it works for some people if you're black and a dude, but like I just some hairstyles you just think what was that? But there's no accounting for taste, I suppose. People are probably gonna look back at us and well, at least they're gonna look at some parts of our civilization and think, what the Harry were you guys thinking?
This performance was reasonably well received and even earned her a Golden Globe. People were excited about her. Comment sections of old interviews and appearances from around this time are largely supportive. But then, her interview showed that she was seeing the world and her works through a bizarre woke progressive lens. This was showcased in one interview from 2021 where she critiqued.
I feel like when actors are in Hollywood, it's kind of hard to tell what's them and what's just what they're supposed to say. Like, how much of what actors say should you actually take seriously as like actual genuine opinions? But she, like, for the record, she does seem like she's very much leaning into some of the stuff she says. Like, it's not just a talking point, perhaps in her case. I don't know. But again, maybe she would. She's an actress. Maybe she would seem like she was genuine.
The West Side Story's racial dynamics, blaming white people
To be
for
fair, though, I don't know if she's that good of an actress that she could make it. Again, she comes off as like a very very into the whole bit, if indeed it is a bit.
the main conflicts in the plot. Full disclosure, say that as far as the original goes, it wasn't. I mean, like, yes, it included things about ethnic dynamics between the warring groups, but that wasn't the primary focus. That was just how they were able to modernize it.
I like the word ethnic actually. That's what I'm going to use. No, okay, so I do actually remember from this Everybody Loves Raymond episode where he was just it's kind of a nice word to describe stuff. Like I think Raymond's brother, whatever his name is, was really getting into black culture, and some lady was remarking that he was acting very ethnic.
It's Romeo and
Kind of a nice vague type of thing. But it feels like depending on the context, you could very easily like make it work to get your point across.
Juliet. That's the story. That's the basis of it. I wasn't. I don't want to get stuck in the weeds here, but my God, I'm sorry. An analysis of West Side Story is obviously not part of this video at all, but this is on the bright side how all of you find out that I was at one time a giant theater nerd. Anyway, in one clip, she calls the Sharks, the rival gang of the Jets in this new version of West Side Story, a rainbow of the Latino community, and then struggles to
All right, we'll watch a little bit more, but then
what constitutes Latino diversity.
The Sharks are a rainbow.
okay, here's something. Latino versus Hispanic. I'm not for sure exactly what the difference there, which one is broader. I think a lot of people use them interchangeably, but Hispanic.
Latino.
For sure. Okay, so would Latino may actually be the broader category? Hispanic would almost seem like it'd have a root word of Spanish in there somewhere.
Community. We have Afro Latinos. We have light skinned Latinos. We have Latinos from Puerto Rico.
It's amazing. I have to say
It's
this here
amazing.
too,
I'm pretty sure that was put on.
because this is a theme in many of Rachel Zegler's interviews. And those of you who are actually Latin or have Latin roots will have to tell me if this is normal. But
I'm gonna look this up. Latino versus Hispanic. No one uses Latinx. Hispanic refers to people, cultures, or origins related to Spanish-speaking countries, while Latino refers to people, cultures, or origins from Latin America. Okay. I don't know if I trust. I'm gonna try to find an actual source here because I don't know if I trust the whatchamacallit AI. Latin America. So Latin America is an American thing. Hispanic just means Spanish. I guess. Eh. Come on. Let me get into the other part. Latino. Hispanic generally is accepted as a narrow term that includes people only from Spanish-speaking Latin America. So it's also American, but it's only from Latin or from Spanish-speaking stuff. So Brazil would be out, and some of the ones that are Portuguese.
she's American. Rachel Zegler
It's kind of weird. Like Portugal didn't get like a lot of countries, but they got the real biggest one, Brazil, I think.
is American, and she speaks English. She does not speak Spanish, and she certainly doesn't speak it fluently.
I can speak like a teeny bit, just enough that you probably shouldn't insult me when I'm around, because I might understand it.
I looked it up. So for the life of me, I don't understand why she's insisting on pronouncing Spanish words and names with a Spanish accent that she doesn't have in a language that she doesn't speak.
Puerto Rican Maria, Latino, Latina Maria.
And maybe I'm wrong
Maria.
here. Maybe I'm being a nitpicky butthole, but I think it sounds forced and weird. It'd be like if I
Pretentious.
was talking to someone and every time, I had to say a French word, I said it in a French accent. It's awkward. Yes, I have also been to and lived in France. No, please. I would love a croissant. I'm not gonna lie. I would actually love to shout fromage at people. I think that would be a lot of fun. Anyway,
All right.
back.
Yeah, check this video if you want to. Check Sydney Watson out if you want to. Really funny lady, at least in my experience, and generally pretty good takes, I think. I guess I don't know entirely, but you know. All right, now for something entirely different. Some news and stuff. All right. Cracking down on comedy in China. Huzzah. All right. Chinese authorities warn comedians against stirring up gender discord in Asian countries. In the Asian country, after a video of a performer talking about her marriage, women aren't fun. Now, I'm not saying women can't be funny, but I think sometimes being funny requires a degree of meanness. I don't know if I've ever, well, I haven't said this before, I think on here, anyways. I, so the problem with this thing is that, like, to be a comedian, I think you have to make fun of everyone, right? If you're making fun of everyone, you're not singling anyone out. If you're making fun of everyone, you're not hurting anyone in theory. If you make fun of everyone, you're a comedian. If you make fun of one group or one subject, then you're not a comedian. You're a bully or a political pundit or both. That's my take on it. That's my hot take. After a porno talking about her marriage went viral. In a notice issued over the weekend, Zhejiang Provincial Publicity Department. Oh wow, that sounds like a fancy name for something that's kind of like Big Brother. Criticized comedy shows for being a battlefield and simplifying gender issues into opposition between men and women. Discord, subversive elements. All right. Authorities called the King of Stand-Up Comedy show on streaming platforms Iqiyi or something, but did not name any comedian. The caution came from a number of recent performances by women comedians related to gender bias gained popularity in the country. Women's rights in China remain a contentious issue, with the government accused of systemically dismantling almost all expressions of independent feminist activism over the past decade, based including the Me Too movement. Criticism is fine, we noticed on WeChat. Come on. There we go. Criticism is fine, the notice on WeChat said, but stressed that it should be constructive rather than revolve around gender opposition for the sake of being funny. It suggested that instead of mocking blindly confident men, comedy was much better used on exploring the social causes for this mentality. Instead of blindly ridiculing materialistic women, it is better to reflect on, at least they went both ways, right? On how consumerism shapes gender roles. It never occurred to me, though, that it does seem like women would tend to do the buying of groceries or stuff like that. There might be a parallel in antiquity to that as well. But men or women choosing what lion their husband brought home or something. Um, we sincerely hope that the rising stand-up comedy scene can become more rational and profound, and with less division and more understanding. The King of Stand-Up Comedy featured a performance earlier this month by the 50-year-old comedian Fan Chun-li. Here's a question. I, in my head, I'm just wondering, like, how like different languages would affect the type of comedy that you can. I'm just wondering, like, also maybe which language would be the best for it, for sure. It does feel like that there would be differences there in the way you could inflect or get the humor across. I've heard people say that Winnie the Pooh, for whatever reason, is really good in Latin, maybe? I wish I could learn enough to actually try that. Popularity. Where were we? Members of the audience. Did I pass the part where we were? Okay. And more understanding. The king of stand-up comedy featured a performance earlier this month by 50-year-old comedian Fan Li, popularly known by her stage name Fang Zhuren. That revolved around her marriage and why she had left her husband. Members of the audience removed tears, and clips from the show went viral on Chinese social media. The Beijing warning was criticized on social media for being overly sensitive. Something is discussed from when something is discussed from a female perspective, simply stating that the facts now count as inciting conflict between men and women. Commenter on Weibo asked. So simply stating that the facts now count as inciting conflict between. Doesn't seem like it's a question. Simply stating the facts. Simply stating the facts now counts as inciting conflict between men and women? I guess. A commenter on Weibo asked, "The Independent has reached out to blah 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 for comments. The Independent has always had a global perspective built on a firm foundation of superb international reporting and analysis. The Independent now enjoys a reach that is inconceivable when it was launched as an upstart player in the British news industry. But for the first time since the end of the Second World War and across the world, pluralism, reason, a progressive and humanitarian agenda with internationalism, independent values are under threat. Yet we, the Independent, continue to grow." All right. Now, cash cards are being used for gluten-free stuff. We can't have that. People in Wales who cannot eat gluten will be given debt-style cards. Okay, I guess that makes it better-ish, maybe. Cannot eat gluten will be given debt-style cards preloaded with money to help pay for their food. So you're subsidizing people with gluten allergy. How could that possibly be twisted or go wrong? Again, I guess for people with actual gluten allergies, maybe the food costs more, so it's maybe nice, but still, it's like it could be used. The first UK move, which begins later this year, will be an alternative to the current system where those with conditions such as celiac disease, which affects about 1 in 100 people, get food on prescription from the pharmacy. Celiac, what the Harry? Okay, maybe the disease was named after her because she discovered it or something. I don't know. Pembrokeshire took Coliac Shirley Barker, 54, from Narberth, Pembrokeshire. For the love of people, get your towns with less than never. Took part in a pilot scheme and got the £14 a month, which she stated scratches the surface of the cost. Okay, is it the name of a town? A Coliac UK? No, I don't know. I guess it's disease. Anyways, a Coliac UK report said the gluten-free diet added 35% to the food bills, and Health Minister Jeremy Miles and the Welsh Government wanted to demedicalise the supply of gluten-free foods. A new card works like a chip, and a pink bank can be taken in most places that sell gluten-free food, including market shops, community pharmacies, and online stores, according to the Welsh Government. It would not say how much people will be given, just that it will vary by person and be regularly reviewed, or how much will be spent on the schemes. Ministers anticipate that it will be cost neutral and not add any more to NHS budget. Sometime we should look up the NHS as well. That'd be an interesting notion. The prescription model will still be available in Wales, which is similar to schemes in England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. Those with celiac disease cannot eat gluten as their immune system attacks their own tissue and their body cannot properly take in nutrients. This results in symptoms including bloating, vomiting, and diarrhea. Is that a typo? I'm pretty sure that's not how it's spelled. Diarrhea. There is also an added cost with gluten-free foods, more expensive. Tesco, Sainsbury, and Morrison's, the four leading supermarkets. The average price of own brand loaf of bread was 63p compared with £2 26p, I assume. For a gluten-free equivalent, a supermarket penny pasta averaged 56p per 500 grams, whereas the lowest gluten-free option averaged £1 22p. Mrs. Barker has been on the pilot scheme for the Health Board area for the past 5 years. She gets £42 every 3 weeks, which equates to £14 a month. Now, she gets £42 every 3 months, which equates to £14 a month, and describes the previous prescription system as slightly embarrassing and the food not that edible. She didn't want to take the money from the NHS. I thought just suck it up and see. But after a little while, I found it was just becoming more and more expensive. It isn't a lifestyle choice, it is a need. Despite saying that the card was fantastic, she said the amount she got was only scratching the surface of rising out for the love costs for everyone, especially celiacs. Bethany Williams from Cardiff and said prescriptions did not work for her as the food was low quality. As a vegetarian, she said the cash cards would give people an additional dietary needs the freedom to make healthy choices. People with additional dietary needs. I'm in a good position that I can afford higher quality bread, but that is not the case for all people. It feels like you could very easily make a business in this type of situation if the people who are doing it are gouging. It'd be a very hot spot, an untapped market. That's the word that's the kind of the phrase I was looking for. Eating food and being able to eat a balanced diet isn't a privilege. It's something that everyone should be entitled to. I hate the word entitled. But, it does seem kind of scummy that like it because it's a kind of a niche. Well, I guess that scummy might be the wrong word. It's kind of unfortunate that because it's such a niche thing that it's very expensive. For businesses such as Plumville Vanilla Cafe and Deli in Narberth, which accepts the cash card, making sure they can serve the community's need is becoming more necessary. Gemma Beer, who works at the cafe, said, "We've noticed more and more the people shopping with gluten-free requirements, so we'd like to keep a big stock." She added it was a challenge balancing stock on shelves with the high cost items, making sure nothing goes to waste. All right, you guys can read the rest. Oh, that is the end of it. Never mind, we can finish it, I guess. Miles said the move would cut administrative burden. Okay, where were we? Balancing the stocking the shelves with high cost items and making sure nothing goes to waste. Miles said the move would cut administrative burdens on GPS and pharmacies for people living with celiac disease. Following a strict gluten-free diet is not a lifestyle choice, but a medical necessity. We want to demedicalize the. Okay, did I? Was this a loop here, or did I don't know, is they just repeating themselves? We want to demedicalize the supply of gluten-free food in Wales, giving people more freedom to access the food we want to eat. They want to eat more conveniently to help them manage their condition. Tristan Humphreys from the Koliak, from so it is a town as well, from Koliak, UK. Oh, for the love, I'm very confused here. We need to recognize that gluten-free diet is a treatment for, so it's a town and a disease. I take it that a gluten-free diet is a treatment for celiac disease. It's serious autoimmune disease, not a lifestyle choice. We want that recognized. Yet support for people's diets would help prevent health complications down the line. It was cost efficient for the NHS and also and called on other UK nations to follow suit. All right, that was fun. I think we're gonna. I want to get to this sometime and read this one, but my voice is getting a little bit tired from constant talking here, so we're gonna switch to the gaming part, which is a little bit less talking on my part. All right. I'm gonna go get some water here. You guys can hang tight. Uh, all right. Hmm. All right, where is it now? I'm gonna plug the controller in. It's all, yeah. It's not super complex. It's not like rocket science, rocket surgery. Forget it. Wait a minute. I thought I did this part. Maybe it's a different part, I guess. All right. Where are we supposed to go? I got a giant hose. Only we're not painting it black. That's just stainless, huh? Alright, now we can paint that some of that stuff. Now, on the pearl. Out for the left. Okay, come on. What the hairy? Oh, okay, so the other one has to move. Now. There we go. Got it back. Now, what are we doing up here? Okay, are we supposed to be trying to get up there? I'm assuming at some point. Out for the left. There we go. And that's supposed to be a thing. What else? Okay, I guess you're gonna have to somehow get up high-ish somewhere-ish. Hold on. Oh. It's the exit, right? I'm thinking we have to get up there somehow. The question is, how? Something I had to jump off of. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There's someone we could get up there. Get an angle on this. Oh. Try that. best. All right. No, 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 no. Wrong side. Here we go. One. Wing. All right, now anyone there?
All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Take the lemons.
Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons.
Oh, I like this guy.
I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Finding people. He says what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm gonna say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. She'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Hell, put her in my computer. I don't care. All right, test over. You can head on back to your desk.
Interesting.
Goodbye, sir.
Alright, what am I supposed to be doing with why am I doing? Why would I need a zoom view? I know at some point you get back up there, and I think Wheatley has its it's a catwalk. There we go. That's orange. Some more stuff. Still okay. Still further up. Okay. That is a thing, right? There we go. I guess at some point that's going to be a thing, right? Okay, let's not do that. Not yet, anyways. Okay, here we go. Makes sense. Try this. No. Okay, well that didn't matter. Anyways, I guess maybe it did matter. I thought it was just supposed to be a thing that you could check mark your progress, kind of. There we go. Over here. Oh, that's the door. Oh, okay. So, yes, I'm gonna need to. Here we go. Another pearl. Alright, let's try this again. Which way am I supposed to be? Be better if I was oriented in the right direction when I come out of this. Like so, maybe? It works-ish. Alright. Not funny, jackass. Okay. Now. No! Wrong. Now, for the love. Let's just do it if we can. Ow! For the love. I don't want to do it. I think there's some sort of... Where's the angular thing? Where's a porthole? I'm thinking it might be right there. Not for sure though. Hello. Huzzah! Gotten through. And I think, yeah, I think you get back to the top. Spoiler alert again. Wheatley has some of his tests set up or something. What the heck? Oh, there we go.
I know things look bleak, but that crazy man down there was right. Let's not take these lemons. We are going to march right back upstairs and make him put me back in my body. And he'll probably kill us because he's incredibly powerful and I have no plan. Well, I'm not going to lie to you. The odds are 1,000,000 to 1, and that's with some generous rounding. Still, though, let's get mad. If we're going to explode, let's at least explode with some dignity.
Alright, so now... Let's try this.
stupid. Wait a minute. Okay, that's not where we need to go. It's up there somewhere, I take it. Yeehaw. Hold on. Hold on. I guess somehow I'm supposed to get it up here. Alright, I'm thinking this is too far of a drop. It'll put me to. I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'll just accept the. What? Well, that's not cool. So I just stopped. Conveniently. Right when I needed it the most. I mean, I guess it's just some sort of gravity thing here. My brain hurts. Caution. Wait, this is all. Alright, what am I missing here? Okay, I don't think I can get through that, right? Might have to look this one up. That's not it, is it? one I might have to look up. This one I might have to look up. Platforms. Just look at, there's no way you could somehow. Oh, hold on. Maybe there's a portal thing in there somewhere. I don't know. We'll try that. Yeah, mother of pearl. Well. Huzzah! How dare you doubt me? Let me guess. Somehow. Now let's probably paint this stuff first. Oh, mother of pearl. Oh, for no. There we go. Hallelujah. Alright. Just keep moving this a little bit. Now, hold on. Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense now, doesn't it? So I'm gonna guess I'm gonna have to rig up. Oh, hold on. Difficult way. I think at some point I have to get. Oh. There we go. Now, I'm thinking we're going to have to use... That's stupid. Is it far enough over that you could... No. It's angled a certain way, so I don't think you could actually do it any other way. So that could work, I think, but we need to get this stuff. Oh. Alright, so only a little bit higher. Yeah. I'm assuming I'm supposed to put something in that, but that's... Oh, hold on. Hold on. So that's still good, right? Another pearl. All right. Let's try this a little bit different. There we go. Huzzah! Now. That's not supposed to be there. Dope. Up in a No! Ow, come on. Someone erase that. Alright, let's do this again. Like a kangaroo, almost. Like, where am I supposed to be going here? Assuming. Okay. Okay. Hold on. No, it's simpler than I thought. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, mother of pearl. Wait a minute. Yeah. She's been really quiet. But then again, so have I. Maybe. Now, I say really quiet. Where are we supposed to even be going? guess that has something to do with something. Let's try that. Oh, for the love. Well, that doesn't. Yes, opening the catwalk. Probably supposed to do something here. Ooh, hello. So, maybe, ish, kind of. Ow. My head hurts. Or neck. Alright, I think that's about correct-ish. Let's try that.
Wait, I've got an idea. That poster. Go look at it for a second, would you?
What is it?
Okay, you didn't have time to stop, I understand. But that was actually important. Paradoxes. No AI can resist thinking about them. I know how we can beat him.
Huzzah. Okay. Is it loud for you guys or just me? Alright, so what am I supposed to be doing? Oh no. Huzzah! Here we go!
If you can
Back
get
to
me in front of him, I'll fry every circuit in that little idiot's head. As long as I don't listen to what I'm saying, I should be okay. Probably. Okay, so it's not the most watertight plan to go confront an omnipotent power-mad AI with. Still, it's a better plan than exploding. Marginally.
And we're back. Well, semi-normal for this thing, anyways. What the Harry?
For God's sake, your boxes with legs. It's literally your only purpose. Walking onto buttons. How can you not do the one thing you're designed for?
Try to get us down there. I'll hit him with a paradox.
Warmer, warmer, boiling hot, Okay, colder, ice cold. You're Arctic now. You're very cold, very, very, very cold. Look, just get on the button. Oh, that's funny, is it? Oh, it's funny because we've been in this for 12 hours and you haven't solved it either. So I don't know why you're laughing. You've got 1 hour. Solve it.
All right, now what the Harry am I supposed to be doing here? Is there a button somewhere? That works. Ow. can't actually shoot a portal in there, can I? Oh. There's no place through the roof. What am I missing? Oh, hello.
Solve this puzzle for him. When he comes back, I'll hit him with a paradox.
Now,
Yes! I knew you'd solve it.
Hey, moron.
Oh. Hello?
All right, paradox time. This sentence is false. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think
True.
Don't think about it.
I'll go true. Yeah, that was easy. I'll be honest, I might have heard that one before though, sort of cheating.
It's a paradox. There is no answer. Look, this place is going to blow up if I don't get back in my body.
False. I'll go false.
Explosion imminent. Evacuate the facility immediately.
alright, this is just really loud in my ears for whatever reason.
I fix that.
Warning. Reactor core is at critical.
There, fixed. Hey, it is great seeing you guys again. Seriously, it turns out I'm a little bit short on test subjects right now, so this works out perfect. And off we go. You have no idea what it's like in this body. I have to test all the time, or I get this itch. You know, it must be hardwired into the system or something. Oh, but I tell you, when I do test, oh man alive, nothing feels better. It's just, that's why I've got to test. That's why I've got to test. So you're gonna test, and I'm gonna watch, and everything is gonna be just.
Warning. Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent.
I think we're in trouble.
Designed this test myself. It's a little bit difficult. You'll notice the moat area there. Very deadly, extremely dangerous. Eventually, it's not at the moment, but I'm working on it. Still working on it.
Wow.
Oh, yes. Oh, well done. Oh, that's tremendous.
I think he does end up getting better at it.
Oh, that felt really good. Oh, here's an idea. Since making tests is so difficult, why don't you just keep solving this test? Same one. And I can just, like, watch you solve it. Yeah, that sounds much easier. Here we go. Now, do it again. And nothing. Alright, can't blame you for trying. Okay, new tests. Gotta be some tests around here somewhere. Oh, here we go.
Alright, so my paradox idea didn't work. And it almost killed me. Luckily, by the looks of things, he knows as much about test building as he does about logical contradictions.
Alright. Well, I think we'll be done for right now. Should make sure. Well, I assume it's saved after that. Ow. Oh.
It shouldn't be hard to stay alive long enough to find him.
Alright. And that believe is all. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good weekend.